$750.
That's the trade-in credit they offered my sister for this XC90.
$750.
So she let me buy it for that. We knew it needed a cat, but once I got it, I discovered it needed more. After replacing the bad catalytic converter, the leaking radiator, and tired sway bar bushings, it still had an annoying noise coming from the front passenger side when it hit bumps. If I were keeping the car, I may push it off for a while, but my brother-in-law wanted it for my niece. She's a new driver and kept stealing her parents' cars, so the sooner I could fix it, the better. And that's why today it's getting new sway bar links, a motor mount, and struts. It's hard to zero in on this knock because it's not happening as frequently as it was on the other roads I was on. But when I get back to the house, I am going to replace sway bar end links and see if that helps. Hopefully this will be quick. Let's see if this part matches the old one. Looks good. And it looks to be the right length. Comes with lock nuts, but instead of a Torx bit, it uses a regular hex. I'm not mad about it. This is a 18 mm, and this Torx bit is a T40. Oh, the boot is broken. This very well could be the issue. This is a 15 mm and a T40. Well, if this doesn't solve the knock, it needs to be replaced. Makes me feel good about replacing it. Hope it solves the knock, but yeah, both of these boots are gone. It makes me think the other one is not far behind. But the knock is only coming from this side, so this will be the first thing I do. And I just now realized that the bigger threaded side goes on the top and the smaller threaded side goes on the bottom. I didn't know that until I took the old one off. Had to take out the bottom to move it on this side of that sensor. Now I gotta see what size hex these use. So the nut size is the same. This is a 5 mm hex. Ooh, will it reach? Think just. All right. Uh-oh. What was that? Oh, that was the pass-through socket I use on the back, which was a 16 mm. So I know it's dark, but I've driven on multiple bumpy roads and hit some pretty dramatic bumps. A 20-minute repair, and the car drives stable, no clunks.
What's so funny?
I'll tell you in a minute.
It was the sway bar end links. That feeling of satisfaction was short-lived.
You fool!
The very next drive, the same knock returned. I got the car back in the garage and investigated some more. I noticed that the rubber in this motor mount looked terrible. Having seen it, I had to replace it. But I wasn't optimistic about it solving the knock, because it didn't sound like a bad motor mount. I had to remember, though, that I was just wrong about the sway bar bushings and the sway bar end links. So maybe it could be the motor mount. I'm going to try and support the engine, distributing the load, because I'll be on the oil pan. Maybe an angle like that. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this mount off here. There's a bolt here that I'm gonna take off. Yeah, I got a 17 mm on it. There we go. Got it cracked. And I can get on this one with a ratchet. It should be 17 as well. Yeah. So I got a ratcheting wrench on there, ganged up with another one. It's on tight, but it wasn't rusted on, so it's moving pretty good. I worry about having enough space to remove this bolt. Nah, it's not gonna be enough room. Now, let's see if I can jack up the engine a little more. Let's see, did that help? No? Well, I'm just gonna take these off. Let's see if that'll allow me to take it out. Oh, absolutely. If you look closely, the bushing is cracked on both sides. With the motor and the weight of the vehicle interacting, I could see this knocking. So I'm gonna see if I can find another one. So I just put this back up while I waited for the part, just in case the hydraulic jack released a little, and it might have. The new one is a dead ringer for the old one, thankfully. So let's see if I can get it in now. Nope, gotta jack up a little bit. Oh, just a little. It has these little knobs on the bottom that should locate it. I think that does it. That's 1, 2. I'll look up torque values in a bit. All right, voodoo tight. The torque specifications for these bolts were elusive because they were in the body and frame section of the manual and not the engine section. And they don't call this a mount, they call it the right-hand engine pad. Nevertheless, these 4 get torqued to 23 foot-pounds and then 75 degrees. The bottom ones get torqued to 89 foot-pounds and then 40 degrees. But I don't know how I'd get a torque wrench on the bottom one. And of course, Volvo recommends new hardware. All right, let's put the wheel back on. All right, let's see if that fixed it. Nope. I was disappointed, but with each part I replaced, I was narrowing down what it could be. An obvious part that moves when you hit a bump is the strut. So I picked up 2 new strut assemblies and headed back to the garage to install them. And thankfully it looked like a very straightforward job. There are only 3 groups of fasteners to remove, and one of them is one I already replaced, the sway bar link. Now I'm going to remove this bolt. It has a nut on the other side. One side's a 21 and the other side is an 18 mm. The Volvo manual states that you should measure the position of the strut assembly in the spindle so that you can set it back to the same camber during reinstallation, but an alignment is still a good idea. Oh my God. Yeah. Before I take out the bottom one, I'm going to remove this. Oh, come on. All right. Take these off with a 13 mm. All right, let's see. So here is the new strut assembly. And it looks good. Comes with new nuts as well, which is a good thing. All right, so start by doing this. All right, let's see if I can line this stuff up. The new strut came with this nut, which is nice and shiny, but I like the old ones because of the built-in washer, more surface area, so I'm gonna use the old ones. Oh, they're like a lock nut. The Volvo manual says these bolts are one-time use. I'll put links in the description where you can get them. I'm gonna tighten these to 19 foot-pounds. And these get torqued to 77 foot-pounds and then 60 degrees. That's gonna be so tight. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Workout was good. Been wrestling this thing But I'm optimistic about this. I wasn't so optimistic about the motor mount because it didn't sound like a motor mount. The motor mount just looked so bad. There's a car coming. Come on by. Oh, it's my neighbor. So far, I haven't heard anything. Dadgummit, did I? If you listen closely, you can hear the heat shield. I think when I was doing the shocks, I hit the heat shield. But there's no knocking. So I just bend the heat shield away from the rotor. Well, I think I fixed it. Shocks all along. I could have been done last week. But I swear, initially it sounded like Sway Bar noise. Just to be sure, I wanted to drive it some more. So my wife and I took it out to dinner, and the knock did not return. The last thing I wanted to do was a simple oil change. No big deal, right? But even it came with a surprise. What in the world is going on with this drain plug? Oh. And guess who forgot to open up the drain pan? You kidding me? This is not good. Why would there be sealant on the drain plug? Hope I don't have any issues. If the gasket is good, which it looks like a decent gasket, then that means there may be something wrong with the something wrong with the oil pan. Dadgummit. Why would this be the case? I'm gonna take a look at the oil pan, but why would people do this? Well, since the plan was to do the oil change, I went ahead and took off the old filter. 36mm socket. Oh, didn't know it was gonna stay on. Take off the old seal. Easier done without the filter in place. Pop on the new one. Get a little bit of oil on it. Just till it's seated. Filter installed. It's been draining a long time, and this is the moment of truth. Will it torque to spec? I got a new aluminum washer / seal. Cleaned all the gunk off of the drain plug. Let me get this gunk off too. So let's see if it'll seal okay. All right, so I'm gonna put it in and torque it to 28 foot-pounds. The manual I found said 38 Newton meters, which converts to 28 foot-pounds. Oh, it feels good. So it torqued the specs, so that gasket should seal properly if the surfaces are okay. Let's fill her up. 5W40. I have the headlight off for another reason, which I may or may not discuss. After checking a few things, the oil change wasn't the last task. I needed to replace one small bulb in the headlight. And then I signed the title over to my brother-in-law. It stayed in the family, so I'm sure I'll get updates on how it's doing. Should I do it again with this one?